A new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the...
No, the hell he doesn't. During the last trade war, we saw an increase in farm bankruptcies. We lost 90% of our soybean sales the week the tariffs went on. And that was just playing FAFO in one country. Now the whole world's tariff. I dropped my phone. Soybeans are currently down 28 today. Corn was leaking lower, about 5 to 7 cents, and now it's looking at like it's 2 to 1 penny across the board. Crude's down to $61.99, which means no drill, baby, drill. Live cattle are down 4, feeder are down 6. Hogs are down 3, cotton's down almost 3, and the dollar can't decide if it wants to be weaker or stronger. Trump doesn't like...
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we need to talk about something that's hitting a lot of people's hand, especially in the rural America. We are diving into the impact of recent tariffs on Iowa farmers and why this situation is more serious than some people think. Whether you are from a farming family or you're just trying to understand how politics and economics plays out in real life, this is something you'll want to hear. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Rosemary. Kindly consider subscribing to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before we get to the video, let me play a few clips on the same and I'll be back with my commentary. All credit goes to the original creators of these videos.
We just want to work, sell our crop, and have a decent life like everybody else. But if they would just leave it alone.
This trade war is going to impact literally every corner of the country. Some of those who are most uncertain about what this is going to mean is those in agriculture and farming. Like here, corn and soybean farmers and pork producers. Where does this trade war end?
I don't know where it ends. I hope it ends soon.
What is your message to the Trump administration?
Just stay out of it. I mean, if they would just leave it alone and let the free market do its job, everything would be okay.
This is going to be so far-reaching, not just because of the Trump administration's tariffs of goods imported into the United States, but it's about the question marks in the days ahead about the retaliatory tariffs that the likes of China, Canada, potentially Mexico, and Europe are going to place on U.S. goods that are either produced, like corn and soybeans, or manufactured and sent overseas.
So, Vaughn, you are reporting from one of the front lines of this trade war, the farms of Iowa, and I wonder what folks there are telling you.
Right, and the home state of Ms. Romans, look, this is a place where they're not just looking at the announcement coming out of the White House here this afternoon, but they're anticipating the announcement of retaliatory tariffs from the likes of Canada, China, the EU, potentially Mexico, that are to come tomorrow or the days and weeks ahead because of the goods that are produced in the United States, not just manufacturing, but also agricultural goods from lobster to cotton to hogs, pork, to corn and soybeans, cherries, apples, potatoes, you name it. What is exported overseas to markets across the world, there is consternation that if retaliatory tariffs are placed on those goods, like they were during the first Trump trade war from the first administration, that they are on the cusp of losing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Just a couple of hours ago, I convened a roundtable of farmers from New York who are desperately fearful that this is going to kill their livelihood. I mean, they export most of their products to Canada. They get a lot of supplies. Their fertilizer all comes in from Canada. The sawdust that they use for their animals comes in from Canada. So I don't know what they're thinking in Washington, but this is going to crush the livelihoods of people who supported them. These are your supporters you're killing. So it makes no sense. And to say that it's short-term pain for long-term gain, like people want relief now.
A tariff is basically a tax on goods that come from other countries. When the US government adds a tariff, it makes imported items more expensive. The idea is to protect American products by making foreign goods less attractive. Sounds good in theory, right? But in practice, especially for farmers, it can backfire big time. Iowa is one of the top agricultural states in the US. It's known for its corn, soybeans, and pork. But here's the problem. Iowa farmers depend heavily on selling their crops and meat to other countries like China, Mexico, and Canada. When the US slaps tariffs on foreign goods, those countries often fire back with their own tariffs, especially on American farm products. So suddenly, the markets Iowa farmers rely on start closing down. Right now, Iowa farmers are feeling the pain in real time. According to reports, net income for farmers is dropping fast. For example, Corn and soybean farmers have seen their profits fall by over 35% just in the past year. That's a massive hit, and it's not just because other countries are not buying, it's also because everything costs more. Some Iowa farmers are frustrated and tired. They say they have been caught in the middle of a political game. One farmer from the Iowa Farmers Union said, quote unquote, "We are trying to feed the country, but we are being punished by our own government." That's a strong statement, and it shows how personal this is getting. Now, some in the government are starting to realize that farmers can't handle this pressure forever. Lawmakers from both parties are working on a new bill called the Trade Review Act. It would give the Congress more control over tariffs instead of leaving it all to the president. That's a big move, and shows that even politicians are feeling the heat from the farmers and the rural communities. In the past, the government gave farmers aid checks to make up for their losses, about $23 billion during earlier trade wars. There is a talk of doing that again now, but let's be honest, that's just a temporary fix. Most farmers don't want handouts. They want fair markets where they can sell their crops and livestock for a decent price. So while aids help in the short term, it doesn't solve the root problem. And here's where things get even more serious. If these tariffs stay in place for too long, other countries will simplify the new suppliers. That means they'll start buying soybeans from Brazil instead of Iowa, or pork from Europe instead of the US. And once those trade relationships are gone, they are hard to get back. Iowa could lose its global market share permanently. That's not just bad for farmers, it's bad for the entire state's economy. This stress is affecting more than just bank accounts. The emotional toll on farmers and their families is growing. Some are facing foreclosures. Others are being forced to sell land that's been in their family for generations. These tariffs are not just policies, they are affecting real lives in deep ways. Now, here is the kicker. A lot of the same farmers who are being hit hard by these tariffs actually voted for the politicians putting them in place. It's one of those classic, quote-unquote, vote now, pay later situations. And while some are sticking by their choices, others are starting to question them. That's the part where the reaction really kicks in, because it's not just about policies, it's about trust and broken promises. So what could be done instead? Many experts suggest negotiating better trade deals without going full on tariff war. They say we should focus on fair trade, not just trade wars. That way, American farmers can stay competitive without being used to exports. Others call for more investment in technology and sustainability, so farmers are not so dependent on exports in the first place. At the end of the day, this is not just about numbers or trade policies. It's about people. It's about the hardworking families in Iowa and across the rural America who are just trying to survive and pass something down to the next generation. Tariffs might be a tool in international politics, but if they end up crushing the very people they are supposed to protect, then something's gone wrong. Thanks for watching. If you find this video insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.